Welcome back. I'm Shelf Unit, and this is my continuing Let's Play of Underrail. So, this is the second time that I have done this. As the first time, I completely forgot to press record. So, last time, we went and got the Excitus Mutagen Master, and we discovered where Chort was. Although that was by accident, so we'll come back to there shortly. Although, to be fair, there's really not a great deal left to do other than essentially we are solving this mutagen puzzle, trying to figure out what to do with the mutagen puzzle, clearing up the bits that I may or may not need to finish off. And then it's facing Chort. So this is really like one of the last 2 or 3 episodes, I believe. But anyway, let's quickly go and do this. Fingers crossed we will be able to do this. I'm right now literally trying to solve the puzzle, simply because like I say, I've already done this. So unless the master code has changed, I don't have anything new to discover. So let's put you in there, hit scan, and let me see, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it all looks the same. So yeah, I'm gonna basically have a quick break here and try and puzzle out this mutagen puzzle. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, and we are back. So I'm just going to be checking quickly some of these monitors. Archive. Okay, this one we didn't read. Earth menu. I'm back. Where were we? Helting. We were discussing the westernmost cavern rock composition. Right. I have the samples here. The forest has really grown more than I expected. Those mushrooms are towering. Thank you. They've been growing like crazy. On a slightly related note, I heard Vasilika wrote a paper on self-growing bathroom tissues made out of fungi. So you see him chopping down one of the mushrooms, don't act surprised. Haha, the guy from his lab forwarded it to me. They were rolling on the floor when he sent it to them. The worst thing is, I'm an expert in mycology, and I see some good logic in what he wrote there. Joke or not, though. He thought it through. Indeed. Things would be boring around here if it weren't for Dude and him. Yes, Dude. Huh. Well, as far as that cavern's concerned, you've got nothing to worry about. I surveyed the whole cavern and took soil and rock samples, as we discussed. I doubt that the composition is any different, but I'll test it just to make sure. We aren't pushing anywhere near the magma. That's the most important thing, so freedom of it to expand the forest. Excellent. So when do you want me to come over and look at the samples? Later today. I've got something else to do first. Okay, I'll see you later then. Sure. I'm coming over to take a look at those samples. Sure. Man, are you there? I'm sleeping. What's the matter? Is everything okay? I see him. See who? The shadow. What? I was trying in bed, trying to get some sleep, but it's been 30 hours since I slept last. Slept. Lying, I mean. But I heard someone knock. I opened my eyes and went to the door. I opened them. There it was. You sure you weren't hallucinating? Or maybe you did get some sleep and had a nightmare. And look at your writing. This was real, Manu. Please listen. You never take me seriously. I'm listening, but if you're hallucinating, go to bed. I mean it. The shadow looked like me. It had red eyes, but it was me. It pulled my cheeks with both hands, like it wanted to tear them apart. Then it told me I'm trapped in my body. What does that mean, Manu? It walked through me and entered the room. It was touching my back now. It hurts. Are you there? You're hallucinating. Go to bed and talk to the doctor. I have to work to do tomorrow. Still here. It's touching me as I'm sitting in front of the laptop. I know you're freaking out, but you're hallucinating. You should see a doctor. Want me to come over and take you to bed? Is everything alright? You there? I'll go to and try and get some sleep. You do that. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Going to Tartarus. Magma level's higher than usual. It's no big deal. But my team's going there just to make sure we're good. Sure, we'll do south exit some other time then. Of course. Good luck. I guess I have some time to take another stroll through Bianca's forest. There's some lower tunnels our team discovered just today. I can check them out. Okay, see you later. Good luck again. You there? Manu? Hey, Manu. You there? You come over. You there? Interesting. Now, did we do the one up here? No, we'll do this one as well. Do you have a minute, Dr. Dyson? I wanted to talk to you about Project EOS. Sure, Tobias, and stop calling me Dr. Dyson. We've known each other for 5 years now. There's no need to be formal. I know, so I'm sorry. What do you need? I'll just be direct. I want to volunteer to be placed inside a suspension cell and I'll undergo the whole process. I understand what you mean. I noticed your recent interest with the project was a very personal note, one that wasn't present before. However, I don't need you to tell you that this is the first time we're doing this. Many things can go wrong. Did you consult anyone else before making this decision? I spoke to Dr. Anderson today and he told me there's nothing they can do for me. Removing the tumour from my face is not the problem, but other effects of the mutation will soon manifest themselves. Sorry to hear that. We've worked on this together for some time now, so I'm sure that you know what awaits you, but I have a question. Why didn't you turn to cryogenics instead? I trust you more. You know how things currently are around here. I don't want to be unplugged so that they can make room for someone like Dr. Slavkovich. I mean, if I have to die and that's that, I'll accept my fate. But if I'm going to give this a chance, then I'll put myself in the hands of someone I can trust. Thank you, Tobias. We still have a few more cells available. I can arrange everything. We'll talk about this in TL, okay? Yes. John? Yes, John. That's more like it. I'll see you in TL. Thank you again. See you. Hey, will you get me going to the party later? Yes, I have to finish the report on this sign monolith first, so I might be a bit late. Right, I heard you guys had some problems with a few subjects. No, who told you that? Bobby, but he's a jerk anyway. We had no problems. You've been acting pretty stiff lately. Did Anton stop by TL again? No. Yes? Look, I'm working here. We'll talk at the party. Yeah, one more thing. I've got a faux paper ready for my boys at the biochem lab. It's going to mess with their heads more than you guys do in TL. I told you I'm busy. We don't mess with heads. Yeah. What's the name of the paper? Application of bioengineered fungal cell cultures in the creation of self-replicating laboratory toilet tissue paper by Gunter Basilica. Toilet paper that grows on its own. Underrail will never be the same. Do you guys ever do anything serious, or is there always these sorts of things? No wonder Kim is on your back all the time. What was the last one? Fart cleanser? Flatulence processing and perfuming unit, to be exact. Yes, but I never submitted that, so you know. It's not my field. And even if it was, it would have been too obvious. But come on, this one's going to go going across everyone's in I&M. Everybody in my department, that is. Look, I have to finish this. Can't wait to hear what you've come up with. Okay, see you later. Come to my room. May I ask why, sir? Come and we'll talk in person. I'll be there as soon as possible. You have 5 minutes, Dyson. Yes, sir. I read it this morning. I think you should come over to TL later and we'll see what we can do. I've still got a fair number of monolith fragments, so it shouldn't be a problem. Deal. I'll come over tomorrow. I'm going to see Bianca first, and then I'll be over. What do you mean? Steve? You gone? Hey. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. We're doing joint research. Didn't she tell you? A fungal forest project. It's an advanced stage, and we would like to release a few type Bs into an enclosure, study their behaviour, and see what adaptations they develop. Oh, that's good. As long as it's just that. Be serious, John. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, dude. Last night was damn good. If your eyes weren't glued to Bianca the whole night, you might have had a bit more fun. Who told you that? I was standing right next to you. Sadly. What do you mean sadly? Want me to come over and kick your drunken ass? No, please no. I imagine the SAI guys spying on our chat take it a bit too seriously when I think you really want to kick my ass. Soon an armed AF squad might come busting through your door. What do you think of that? Drunken ass. You can kick it all the way to the core. That's not what I asked you. Do you want me to kick your ass? I thought you'd never met anyone as bigger idiot than me. I'll write it. You've gotten pretty serious lately. I already asked you, but you evaded the answer. Has crystals got to your head or what? They're not crystals, man, and no, they don't. It's just a bit of everything. Apex technocrats, news from above EOS. Bianca, you understand me. I hope you die. Ha! I'm going to outlive my best friend so that he never feels lonely. Man. Hey, John. Hey, Bianca. Just wanted to let you know that Wazzy's been acting up strangely lately. I heard him talking to himself the other day. Of the G-back T education. You biologists are even worse than geologists. John, do we have to go through this every time I make a typo? Yes, if you feel the need to file a complaint against my excruciatingly annoying behaviour to SC, NRS, or even BCHC, you may do so every day from 7 to 5. Look, can you be serious for once? Speak to Wazzy and see why he's behaving the way he does. He was at the med and they told him it's just work-related exhaustion. We're working on Project EOS and, well, a lot of lives are in our hands. Just talk to him. I'm worried. We've been having numerous accidents and mishaps around Hollow Earth, especially with the recent problems in the Mutagen tank area. What if it's connected? Also, I will file a complaint to Anton directly. We're going to Tartarus. No, for a simple correction? You evil woman. Look, I gotta go and take some more spore samples from the forest. Hey, can I ask you something? Oh, sorry, I wrote that at the same time. Yeah. So, hey, can I ask you something? Quote. Oh, that. John, you gone? No. John, come on, this isn't funny. Anton will hear about this. Anyway, I really have to go. Talk to Wazzy. Bye. So long, Bianca. And finally, Manny, are you there? Yes. Something's seriously wrong with Wazzy. He's been sending me messages these 2 days and complaining about having insomnia and seeing some freaky shadows. The things he woke me up with are frightening, John. What's going on at Tithonus? He's been to med and told me they told him it's work-related stress, professional exhaustion, however they call it. He's taken a few days off. What do you mean? The medical in L1, Doc told him it's stress. Didn't he mention that? When did he go to med? I don't know, yesterday, the day before that. I don't think he did. I talked to Bianca, Marcus, and even Dr. Hope, and no one saw him leave his room during that time. Judging by INM timestamps, I don't think he would have had much time to go out in between. Did you talk to anyone from med? No, he messaged me what I've told you. Let's go to his room. I'll meet you in the hallway. Interesting. I do like it. I think we've probably read all the others, though. I'm just going to quickly check. Have we been in here? It's white, which means it normally hasn't been opened. Yeah. Boxing gloves. Interesting. Okay. We've definitely read that one. Okay, I'll read this one and I'll go in and check this one. Hey, I heard he came over to TL. Who? Anton Matviv. What did he want? He was interested in the Sign monolith fragments we cut off several days ago, in Project EOS. Oh, it's you. Thought it was Wazzy, and I wondered what he would start with. Hey, man, I need a rest. You stopped by our lab too, Anton, not Wazzy. I got that. The Apex technocrats have been paying us frequent visits during these few days. Parkinson said Kirill came with him the other day. Anton and before that. What did he want from you? Yeah, I heard Kirill also called a few seemingly important meetings with Osteen over at the mutagen tanks. As for us, Anton dropped by our lab for 10 minutes, frigid as a corpse, as usual. Interrogated a few of my scientists about our current projects and walked off. Never talked to me. You should watch your writing, man. Nothing will happen. You think SAR reports to anyone anymore? Do you really think anyone still cares what happens around Hollow Earth? You want to test it? Maybe. As far as I can see, everyone's doing whatever they please around here and no one intervenes in any way. Even Apex has just strolled through and remained focused only on their own business. I'd stop there. I dislike them as much as you do, especially after recent incidents. But it is what it is. Last thing I need is someone knocking on my door because of this. Fine. Dr. Fasilica, I have a moment of your time. What can I help you with, Dr. Hope? It's about what happened between the two of us during that meeting. I owe you an apology. Glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. I realise that my words were chosen poorly and that they should have never been spoken, there or anywhere else. I'm glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. Do you understand that I've never considered you to be anything but one of the most brilliant scientists working in Hollow Earth? Even if my choice of words there might have implied otherwise, do understand that. Glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. Gunter? Yes, Dr. Hope? There's no need for you to do this anymore. I already apologise to you. I accept your apology, Dr. Hope, but what happened before the committee is not something I'm likely to forget. I understand. I am sorry. I know that your team's been having issues which were out of your control and that my remarks were the last thing you needed. Besides being overstatements. It shouldn't have happened. Would that be all, Dr. Hope? That would be all, Dr. Vasilica. Hi, Kim. Your recent reports on correlation between engineered STK protein and maximum lifespans in TKS1 and TKS2 subjects is rather fascinating. Dr. Vasilica, I have to admit, it seems like your team has finally provided us with something worthy of our time. However, I am worried about your conclusions regarding the engineering and application in human subjects. Namely, several of the proposed methods I feel are rather inadequate and poorly reasoned. I should even say, could you come over to my office so that we can discuss the matter? I'm free today around 3 to 5, and tomorrow around the same time. I'll come over today. Can you please tell me which methods are in question here, Dr. Kim? We'll talk in my office. Dr. Kim was giving you trouble today, Dr. Vasilica. We had a discussion on one of my reports, Dr. Hope. That's all there is to it, indeed. Is he giving you too much trouble, perhaps? I don't need any favours, Dr. Hope. No, this has nothing to do with favours. It's just that due to the current situation, Dr. Kim should perhaps move his attention to some other projects that require more of it. It's certainly within my power to influence the committee when it comes to these things. I simply thought I'd let you know. It would eliminate the necessity for you to submit any more reports to him. Correct? Correct. If that's how you feel about it, then I am in no position to object, Dr. Hope. Very well, Dr. Vasilica. Wish you a pleasant day. You too, Dr. Hope. Oh, and one more thing, Dr. Vasilica. Has Dr. Slavkovich contacted you, perhaps? I believe he did. Is there a reason to? Never mind. See you around, Gunter. Shout out, Hope. Have a nice day. And Dyson, how'd it go? It started bad, but it got better later. What do you mean it got better later? I'll come over and tell you about it. Interesting. I mean, this is like a really cool story told through emails, but it can be a little bit. Here we go. John, I'd like to speak to you. Contact me once you've got time. I think I've read this one before. Dr. Parkinson, there's something I wish to discuss with you. I'm here, Dr. Austin. Very good. I suppose you might not be aware of this, but I've been keeping a close eye on the Cymorphs you've been working on. Fascinating creatures, truly. I sometimes even feel envious myself. Moreover, it was brought to my attention that you're planning to release the specimens into Dr. Helting's fungal forest. It clearly means you've had a comfortable number of units. It's the reason why I'm contacting you. I'd like for you to give me several specimens for my mutagen experiments. That won't be an issue, Dr. Austin. You're correct. Since the recent genetic engineering and environmental side tuning, we've managed to speed up the larval phase adaptation period and therefore managed to significantly increase our breeding rate. Very good. Do you need my direct involvement, or would someone from my team suffice? You're quite busy yourself, so no, Dr. Parkinson. I'll not take more of your time than necessary. Just have one of your colleagues come to Mutagen Tanks B with at least 5 specimens for the first exposure, and plan on him or her being available to me for at least some time. As for later, we'll see what the future brings. Yes, I understand. Now, do you need adult or larval specimens? Adult, I forgot to mention. When can I help? Today. Oh, it couldn't be better. Once we carry out the first exposure at the Crucible, I'll be sure to inform you of how your specimen performed. I'd be thankful, Dr. Austin. Very good. Notify me once the specimens are sent this way. Good luck with your future endeavours. I will, sir. Thank you. I completed the resonance chamber testing on both Type A and Type B specimens as you requested, Dr. Parkinson. I'll file the full report no later than this afternoon. Very good, Borovich. What are your thoughts so far? How are the specimens reacting to the fragments from TL? The results are overwhelmingly positive so far. So positive, in fact, that I would be comfortable recommending we obtain more of these fragments. Some even to be used in Dr. Helting's forest once we deploy the adult Cymorphs there. I'm intrigued. Personally, I didn't expect such a response. I'll read your report once it's done. And if it would benefit us to use more of these fragments, then we will send an armed expedition to obtain more. Excuse me for asking, as the information might have slipped me by. But where are the monoliths located? Far to the south past the lake. The area was safe during the original expedition, but I'll see if I can speak to Colonel Selleck. Maybe he'll lend us a few AF soldiers to set up a more permanent camp there. How are things going? Everyone will soon want a piece of that monolith. Indeed. Send me the report once it's done. As soon as I'm finished, Dr. Harkinson. Manu, you there? Manu? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to contact you, Steve. No problem, by the way. How are you feeling? Dyson told me you've taken a few days off. These last few days have been incredibly stressful, but I've been working nearly non-stop during the last month, and it finally got to me. Most important things are done. So I'll rest for a few days, and then I'll be back to work. Nothing to worry about. I know. I was the same situation more times than I'd like to admit. You keep on resting. You'll feel freed of this burden in no time. I will. Thank you. Okay. So that was that. I think that's all of them completed now. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to head over to the mutagen tanks, and I will see you when I'm there. We'll try and get the solve the mutagen puzzle. I've got a vague idea of how it's supposed to work, but not confident. We'll see. We will see. I'm going to try and do this manually, so fingers crossed, eh? See you in a bit. Okay, so we're back here. So I've written out my master sequence and all of the Echoes, Helium, Helicon, Io, Ovid, and Solace sequences. Here, so apparently I'll put up on the screen. I might actually put it up. Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen. I'll just create something in the editing, and see. I'll read it out. It's KLD4IYRO QF UG UV R9 MY MU J7 DY BT, and I've got to recombine all of the Echo things in, and I'm going to have a go now. I will quick save before I do this, and I will see what happens. So which one did I think would be best? We start off with KL. There's only two that start off. Well, there's only one that starts off with KL. So I'll put in Helion 2, Helicon 2. See what that says. Oh no, I can. 1 second. I can put in all of these. Not that. Not that I need these anymore, but still. Okay. So it comes up here. Now I've got to get D4 in there somewhere. The one that has, I'm guessing completely on this. Let's try Echo 2. No. Okay, well I'm really struggling with how to work this. But now I need an IYN. Yeah, I'm going to be back to this. Oh no, this is the sequence now. So I can minus a UG maybe. D4 in there. I don't know. Well, I'll see you in a bit once I've figured this out. Okay, so I think I've worked this out by hand and brain. I have not gone on to. I've seen some of the the puzzle solver online, but I figured that I would give it a go. I think I've come up with it, assuming that my method is correct. So, again, I should have the master code on screen right now, and the entire sequence has to be input in that order. So, for example, the first 6 letter combines, or letter number things, KL, D4, IY, RO, QF, and UG, correspond exactly to Ovid 1. So Ovid 1 is YP, KL, D4, IY, RO, QF, and UG. So I have to put that in first. So Ovid 1 goes in, and as you can see, YP, KL, D4, IY, RO, QF, UG. Now the next letter in this sequence is UV. And I cannot for the life, could not, I have done, but I could not for the life of me see where I could fit in a UV. Now also you have to remember that any identical sequence input after this, so if for example, which I'm going to use here, Echo 2 has BT, D4, JD, YP, UV. Okay. So I believe if I put Echo 2 in, yeah, we get the BT, JD, and UV. BT, JD, and UV, because we already have a YP and a D4, and their positions don't change. So they are effectively added, but not added to this list because they're already in here. So next up, I want to add the sequence of R9, MY, and MU. And the only one that has that is Helicon 1. And Helicon 1 also has a minus AH, minus JD, minus BT, and minus DY. So if I add that, I get rid of some of the others. So I now have YP, KL, D4, IY, RO, QF, UG, UV, R9, MY, MU, K1. And you can see that we're now getting fairly close, or at least hopefully with my... I'll probably spend about a week making all these wonderful graphic things on and overlays and things of that nature, and we shall see how this works. Okay, so now that we have this, we need to end the sequence after MU with J7, DY, and BT. So the only J7, DY, BT. The only mutagen that has that combination is Helicon 3, which has J7, DY, RO and BT. We already have RO in here, so that won't be added. But also, Helicon 3 has minus K1, which I mistook as KI, and it also has minus YP. So if I add Helicon 3, that gives us 3, 6, 9, 12, a 13-digit code. Shit, I think I've done it wrong. No, I've done it right. And that matches now the master code, which is KL, D4, IY, RO, QF, UG, UV, R9, MYMU, J7, DY, and BT, and that is how you do this mutagen puzzle. And I absolutely did that on my own. I've got, and I can possibly share a photograph of this. I will see how my editing skills feel. Create compound from sequence, compound formed, inject compound. And manufacturing agent from sequence, injecting agent, toxicity detected in biomass system unstable. And that, I believe, will heavily impact the final battle. I believe that Chort should have a multitude of tentacles that he attacks with in the final battle, and doing what I have just done has eliminated half of them. So I think there were like 6 tentacles before, and now there should only be 3. So before we go down, I'm going to save, and I'm going to cut this episode off. I am terribly sorry that it's sort of semi-anticlimactic, but I do feel that the mutagen puzzle, solving the mutagen puzzle is, if not climactic, it's a damn fine achievement. And also, sadly, for anyone playing this after me, this puzzle, the recombinant things, completely randomized every playthrough. There's no playthrough that's identical. So whilst I have all of this list of, MYs, JDs, QFs, K1s, etc., your playthrough will have either a completely different order of these or completely different combinations of letters and numbers, full stop. So unfortunately you can use my method, but you cannot use, unfortunately, the exact same mutagen combinations. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about. Next time we shall go down and try and finish the game. Kill Chort, destroy Chort. I don't know if the game finishes after that, but we shall see. Anyway, thank you again. See you next time. Goodbye.